I mean, it is a lot of melee heroes that he's playing against. Pugna can traditionally be pretty good versus KARL throughout all the game because you negate a lot of that damage with your Pugna ward just being there.
One hero in particular helped kickstart this game and push the tempo.
Usually will be the Beastmaster who can really
Jabs might go down top. Oh, Jabs. And DJ's also in trouble because they, along with everyone else, kind of thought this was the game players of that thought. Jabs is a bit separated from the team. Fnatic started to connect. Aurora's going to hold back the damage from Gabby. Cuckoo jumps in the river as well, but they don't kill off Jabs. They turn their attention now towards the Templar Assassin without a way to cancel the Fiend script. Raven will end up dropping throughout the river, but Fnatic, they still have ARMEL, the big damage dealer and the Keeper of the Lights. They will find... It did work indeed, as Cuckoo almost solo killing Jabs. WHITEMON's able to come through with the sucky suck, and now KARL has the fire burst, a quick and easy 1-2 punch, gets rid of Genuel's life. Now Cuckoo might be expended as the sharpshooter from downtown, as DJ, a well-deserved tip, puts him on the board.
Like, as soon as you get it, you don't even need your Dragon form, or you don't even, and Sand King, like, Sandstorm is pretty much everything too. Like, Epicenter is important, but Sandstorm is like all your damage. So it's still a little scary, I'd say, for Fnatic to force it.
They might run into ARMEL. He's gonna be quick on the TP, but Gabby has the avalanche in the nick of time. Now the rest of the team can fly over the tree line to give the kill over to Cuckoo and need a way to cancel the blink on Sand King. That is priority number one.
Yeah, it feels like this could be really scary for Fnatic.
There we go, jumping on Cuckoo. He's trying to give them the information. KARL charging up the epicenter. In they go, ripping apart the life of Jabs. But that was a lot expended just for the Beastmaster, so maybe Raven can have a stable team fight. Standing his ground inside the pit. Gabby's gonna charge on forward, the Tiny, under the cover of the Spirit Vessel, but with KARL follow up, it's enough to get the kill. But still Fnatic, they haven't dealt with the Keeper of the Light. Is ARMEL just dishing in bursts of damage from the sidelines, but an exceptional Fiend script is counted out the last second thanks to DJ and Fnatic. They are not done just yet. Onto WHITEMON they go under the T1 tower. A 5-man wipe by the river as Fnatic show they have.
And you got Deso stacks, right? So Raven did get 4 stacks up now.
Well, they want a beta fight. Coming out to maybe protect the wards. They do have Sharpshooter if required. But the Spirit Vessel may be all they need. WHITEMON trying to give a little bit of health back. Nightmare dodge too early. XEPHER tried to predict it. Now this should be easy pickings for the first Roche.
It's just these wards that are coming out, and Fnatic just looking to continue setting the tempo.
Look at this. Potential toss back into the epicenter. That'll be first life taken care of. But Gabby, he did pop the BKB for this. So they've expended a lot, but they're still going to try and follow up for round 2. As a beautiful time Dragon Tail from Cuckoo will make sure there's no opportunity for a BKB. But Fnatic, can they turn this back around? The Raw holding Gabby into place. And Nightmare buying him a little bit of breathing room to make it back to the safety of the high ground. But Radiant is still chasing. It's Fnatic. They're not done just yet with the Tiny. They'll take care of Gabby's life. Now they're looking at Cuckoo as well. It's all up to WHITEMON to try and provide a little bit of extra health. But Cuckoo still will be killed off with ease. It's Fnatic. Why not even go for a +1?
Tower's going down, and yeah, that's that BKB that you mentioned from the Tiny getting popped early. I mean, they've been him in the ass for sure. ARMEL just free casted on him.
Oh, dude, what is his damage? Like, this is a pretty cool angle. Oh no, the creeps, instant BKB from Jabs, and I think you might just have to cut your losses and let WHITEMON die. I was still thinking about charging up the epicenter. WHITEMON's going to end up going down, but T1, they're still sticking around. They feel like this is an okay fight, even the numbers disadvantage. Gabby, they don't even kill Genuel! They don't even burst the Weaver, but they're onto the Templar Assassin. Epicenter doing mass amounts of damage, so Raven is killed off, but they haven't gotten rid of ARMEL. All eyes on the Keeper of the Light to see how we can turn this fight back around as a blast from downtown kills off XEPHER. Cuckoo's back in, eyeing up Jabs. KARL with the follow-up as well, but now KARL, he's committed into the middle, and ARMEL's doing God's work. Wicked sick. Gabby's without a BKB. They've even got the boomerang for good measure. Continuing to chase, continuing to hunt, but a buyback's out. XEPHER still has the Fiend script, but they've got the bushwhack, an instant cancel. And ARMEL protected from the BKB. He escapes in the nighttime, and the buyback all for naught. Daniel's under a ward. You're gonna lose your advantage now if the Eric KARL jumps in. No! The epicenter completely wasted. Now this is all Fnatic's fight. But do you charge in the river? Fnatic playing patient. They know they have time on their side. Another ward drop. WHITEMON would hate to lose the gem. It's actually given over, but it doesn't matter. DJ Sharpshooter from downtown once again. He's on point. DJ Hoodwink is something to fear as Gabby. Look at the backstab. Have confirmation. Cuckoo's gonna jump straight to the Weaver. Gabby simultaneous initiation. They're on to Jabs, but Aurora holds them back off to the northern side. Raven's doing the dirty work. Cleans up XEPHER with the Bane. And now Gabby also trades a 1-for-1. That is the Beastmaster's life.
That is
Gabby
the BKB
did have to
used.
Yes. Yeah. KARL is back in. Lotus Orb out at the same time. They're going to try and blow up the Templar Assassin. Raven protected for the Lotus Orb. Now they're targeting down KARL in the river, and they're still unable to deal with ARMEL. A TP out from Gabby will be successful along with Cuckoo, but you've completely given away any hope of defending the pit. They have so much information. They're going to see Gabby's position as well.
I mean, this is like the Harpy pretty much. Like, they see the entire fight.
Let's go. Gabby jumps in, but a toss off the mark. Not a lot expended, although, well, maybe the life of Cuckoo. Not even a hope to pop the BKB. Is no buyback on the Dragon Knight, and this full set of barracks, I don't know if they can defend it. I have to jump before they get set up. So there's a threat of Gabby with a backstab.
Almost 25 KARL.
Dude. Double Lincolns and Lotus Orb. This is no... It's always overlapped in protection. They're going to try and jump. KARL's in with the epicenter. It's a decent amount of burst, but Raven stands his ground, and our Jabs will hold back Gabby through the BKB, and... Well, that was their attempt. They blew everything to try and get rid of the first life.
DJ just literally one-shotted the pug there.
There we go. Cuckoo back alive. They're trying to deal with the first life, but ARMEL just giving him so much help. The blast! The blast! It killed off KARL. It's always been ARMEL's game from the laning stage to the end. It's alright, they got 1%, I believe.
1%.
I believe in the 1%ers. Gabby. Awesome with the T4 tower, but Raven no messing around. Instant BKB and turns for the Bane. A sharpshooter does more than 2/3 of the health of the Dragon Knight, so he's back inside the base. It'll KARL up in 40 seconds, but that's going to be a long 40 seconds as Gabby falling lower and lower. A decrypt to try and give him some time. A BKB won't be a possibility, and it'll be Fnatic. A really, really clean game one performance as ARMEL shows that his KARL, it's up there with the best. This Arc Warden pick is very interesting. Fnatic, it's a wild draft. We saw them be able to have a really strong game one. But
it's a good move. It's a needed move, it feels like.
I'm still waiting to find our first blood, and XEPHER's going to give that one over to Raven as the Arc Warden. Thank you very much. And try and stand his ground and push back Fnatic. This is leaving Mitch alone. As KARL's going to drop the core. Genuel's going to try and step in, but the Weaver doesn't provide too much. Maybe that's where Jabs can come into play. They'll still lose the life of the Invoker as KARL's able to get out of trouble. So a big rotation. It's actually T1 that steps in the mid lane first before Jabs thinks about getting active. Don't have TP on ARMEL if they are needed, but this is a good timing on T1 with the catapult wave.
Just watch out for the Wrath of Nature. Level 6 now on Nature's Prophet. That's the one thing T1 has to be careful of. Here it comes.
And it's coming in with the teleport too. Jabs so much burst on Cuckoo. The Ghost Shroud is out, but he doesn't have a way to cut through the Sprout. XEPHER's trying to stand his ground and beat onto Genuel, but the Weaver so pesky, they don't have a way to catch up to the bug as Fnatic. They're seeing that be an issue right now. Once again, Cuckoo down bottom. He's got the scythe this time. ARMEL gonna wrap all the way over, but doesn't get the connection. Oh, Jesus, that Wrath of Nature. Taking Cuckoo down to half. He's going to get a little bit of bonus health back, but it doesn't matter as Fnatic. The poke from afar gives them an easy kill, and now they're eyeing up XEPHER. Okay, so KARL, that was not even coil used. It looks like the overgrowth. And back to the triangle. They're a bit of a cutaway, the tree of DJ. So Cuckoo will find his first Reaper Scythe charge of the game. There's ARMEL. Well, he's looking to get involved in the action. Stepping in along with Januel. They have Raven too. So Cuckoo, very tanky. We see how difficult it is to kill off the Necrophos. But can they punish Fnatic from overstepping the boundary? It looks like they'll run into the Weaver to the north. So that would be Gabby with the finishing blow.
Does he have the whole thing down? Yeah, he does have it finished. Yeah, he does. Well,
top lane,
top.
Coil out. Cuckoo's going to be a little bit too slow. A TP out, but KARL has got the heals to cancel that. And now poor old Jabs. Oh,
things have changed once, you know, it's like everything's getting closer to TI. People are being more careful, but here we go. Fnatic, they're smoked.
Got a really good ward on the higher ground to give them information. They're going to move to the north by the outpost. Overgrowth will hold them back. They're unable to lay down the Wukong for some control. Gabby's going to try and continue to retreat, but meanwhile, it's just all their ultimates lay it down as they're just in the meat grinder. Jabs will try and BKB TP out. They've already lost 2 back in the front of the pit. The Arc Warden's been caught out. He's trying to stand his ground. He'll get a kill after the death, but oh, it's only on a position 5. Such a worthwhile trade for T1. Jabs, get out. Get out. They've got overgrowth, so there's no hope of a BKB TP. He's still going to go for it, but Xephos stalking, and they wouldn't even need it. They will not even need the overgrowth as Jabs is killed off, but Fnatic, they want the fight.
Okay, I mean, this is bold.
I don't know. Not without Jabs. Let's see how they can start this. A double boundless into the Wukongs. They're trying to focus down Gabby, who's falling lower and lower. The last isn't enough. And now Cuckoo, he's soon to be killed off as well. Fnatic taking the team fight with a numbers disadvantage. But Fnatic, they show up huge, taking away 2 lives and almost third, but what?
Manuel, looks like he's going to be the one to walk into them.
ARMEL.
He has
BKB
BKB though.
BKB is going to do just that. Overgrowth keeping ARMEL in place. Gabby's waiting in the wings,
combo.
trying to find the angle. He's going to go to the west instead. Is Gabby. An easy 1-2 punch. Well, Jabs for a little while. 15 seconds without the Nature's Prophet.
KARL's on him.
But they might have caught him out. Bottom lane, KARL is going to move down with the help of XEPHER. Coil dropped if required, and there we go. Comes into play as Jabs tries to stand his ground to potentially kill off XEPHER, but they don't even have the damage. Now back to the river. Gabby, oh, it's a huge catch onto ARMEL's Invoker. Now they've also ran into Raven. A BKB looking to stand his ground on the high gun, beating into Gabby, but WHITEMON the medic making sure there's minimal damage dealt into Gabby's Tiny. It's Fnatic. Multiple buybacks, but they will get nothing out of it as T1 robbed them of everything. At the end of the panel, asking how long this game was going to go for. It's always a question mark when you're against the Arc Wardens, but what's going on bottom lane? Okay, Nature's Prophet's been caught out. Well, it's been Jabs' role the entirety of the game to try and make space and try and split push the map, but his life will be cut apart as Cuckoo.
I'm sure they're talking about just like, oh, that's a sick ward. Oh, the grab.
Gabby, what? Oh my lord, that combination onto 2. They just walk together hand in hand and they'll join each other in the grave. Multiple buybacks are out for Fnatic. They need to get something out of this. But again, T1, they just walk away. They just walk away.
And that was...
The one thing is that... Oh, never mind. Gabby's just going to brute force this high ground. ARMEL waiting and get the instant hex. A lot of damage. WHITEMON off to the side, but still they've blown up Gabby. Tiny's killed off. Now they're on to Cuckoo. KARL's still trying to provide as much chaos as he possibly can. Cuckoo with a ghost shot, protecting for the duration, trying to juke to the right side of the fight, but KARL again in he goes. Potentially can snag the gem, but just the...
WHITEMON's got one now too, though. I think he bought another one for the Pugnook.
ARMEL. Oh, they're actually keeping it to top.
Bots too.
The boots of travel. ARMEL instant BKB, but it's not going to matter. Overgrowth and Coil, everything they would desire to lock ARMEL in place. They're already hunting for more. They're trying to catch any stragglers, but Fnatic, they're out of the area.
Let's see. On to high ground. 40 seconds.
Play this one. This is a bit
KARL.
rushed. They could take Roche. Okay, tree's gonna be claimed. XEPHER, nicely doing instant use of the scythe. No messing around from Cuckoo. Wants to put the Monkey King in the grave. He doesn't have a buyback. Now further inside, ARMEL's going to be forced to buy back. Drawn to Cuckoo, a lot of damage to the Necrophos, but Gabby follows up. Inside the base they go. The BKB can stand his ground. There's no answer. This cleave is all they would need as Gabby just shreds him apart. Buybacks are lacking. They get one out.
Felt like it was a long time coming, but wow.
Yeah.
What a performance again.
KARL went 11, 0, and 13, and in the end, T1, they get to force it to a game 3. Like you said, a long time coming, 55 minutes in, but I was actually expecting it to be KARL playing the Pangoli. I think this is an exceptional Pango pick, giving them everything they needed, a way to initiate.
Other little changes, you know.
One more right click with the slow from the snake. Oh, WHITEMON licking his lips. He finds first blood and actually top lane. Tombstone down. Nice read though. Cuckoo and XEPHER just turn it back on the Tombstone. Now this gives them a big window to beat onto Raven. He's gonna try and stand his ground with the multi-shot, but it doesn't matter. T1 surrounds him with an easy kill. And
look, what is happening? Are they chasing creeps? KARL's trying to bring the lane. He's trying to meet the wave.
His Remnant's
His Remnant just timed out. It just timed out.
He's gonna die from this. They still have the brain zap. No way. Multiple tips flowing out as ARMEL gives over the 4th death. And now the bottom we go as Jabs. And a couple more right clicks, but DJ with the sustain will keep Jabs healthy enough, but he's gonna...
I'm not sure who helps Raven.
Oh, we're seeing Raven under a little bit of pressure. Cuckoo does have the reinforcements soon to show up, but Cuckoo's Rolling Thunder is back in the arsenal. He'll bounce back off the wall. Raven really nice sidesteps, but it just buys enough time for KARL to get involved. Scythe is out. Arena Vault from Jab so he can step into the middle of the fight, controlling 3, but the damage, it's there to take the life of KARL. They even get WHITEMON along with it, so biting off a little bit more than they can chew on T1, diving the T1 tower, and they will be penalized for that attempt.
Okay.
But on the bottom we go as DJ with Jabs. They do have the relocate potential, but with all the stuns flowing in quick succession, they're going to give it another scythe kill to KARL. He's up to 3 charges now. Oh,
it's so early. It's so early for him to have this. They're hunting, but it's going to be a big fight.
Oh, nice silence. They'll be able to kill off the tree protector before the fight breaks out, and meanwhile, Jabs runs straight to Cuckoo. This is an exceptional start to the fight for Fnatic. They will lose the life of Jabs. KARL's going to be able to get another scythe kill, but Raven standing his ground, beating to Gabby, who will force back Genuel, is going to end up ticking out to the Spirit Vessel, but now they can turn their attention over to the Necrophos, diving under the T1 tower as they buy back on the Bane, but to no avail as KARL gives... They just pierced the middle. They're able to run through the defense on T1, but Cuckoo's still in a position. Be able to offset ARMEL, bounces back, but doesn't get the chain control. So this is Rolling Thunder expended. They're going to get a perfect tombstone of the hiker, but where's the follow-up? Instant side. Jabs hasn't been bursted down. A relocate a little bit too late. A 1-for-1 trade, but they're fighting into the tombstone advantage.
Waves, you just naturally farm so fast. 306 last hits on Dusa, 213 under out, so... Genuel?
It's a tough life sometimes, so we're going to try and get to the area. Scythe is out, it's enough to get the kill, the tombstone. They're trying to focus it down, but off the side, the Fiend's grip. It's out onto Jabs. He doesn't have an opportunity to get the arena out before he dies at BKB, but it will not matter. Now they're onto Raven to the eastern side as KARL and Cuckoo, they recognize their job, surrounding the Drow, forcing out a BKB. But that will only be used to make it away as T1.
See, can they
doesn't
get
have heroes behind, and dying know where all of Radiant are. They're well aware that KARL has no backup. A Lotus out. He's still got the Yules to be able to play with. Jab's gonna fly over the tree line to offer the extra control, and KARL gets the Yules at the last second, but can they stand their ground to protect him? KARL will be killed off. Cuckoo trying to deal with the backline, but the Rolling Thunder will provide nothing as the TP out. He's okay, but now this might give a sign for Fnatic to continue on for more. Gabby's up. Roche is soon to fall. They need to get in the pit. Gabby standing his ground. The bash no from Roche. Now the arena's out. Trying to control them out to the pit as the Age is picked up from Jabs. ARMEL able to survive through the scythe. Now with the BKB remnant out. But still inside the mouth of the pit, they have the Fiend skip. They'll get rid of the first life, but how can they reset for the second? As Raven and DJ standing hand in hand, but T1, they don't want to borrow it. They're happy with that. But I think he might have actually just been out of range. Jabs, the jump. Instant jump onto the Bane, a quick and easy kill. ARMEL's going to look to follow up and provide some more chaos towards the backline. Jabs with refresher. Pins the Necro up against the tree. WHITEMON's gonna fly over, trying to lock them down with the overgrowth, but there's no extra damage throughout the duration. They're trying to focus him down still. KARL's falling lower and lower. They will kill off the Necrophos. Meanwhile, throughout the river, Raven duking to the northern side, has been able to avoid Gabby. He's going to blink on forward. A beautiful nightmare. Raven's in trouble. They're TPing behind him. They need a way to be able to protect Raven. That's where Jabs putting his body on the line with the bulwark. And now Raven turns it back around. They're locked onto Gabby. Pins him up against a tree like a pinata. It's Raven doing God's work. They're on to more. Cuckoo stuck on a cliff. Well, that's not the position you want to be in. It's Fnatic.
And Jabs has the Lincolns too, so they have look at the cores now. They have double Lincolns on the Ember and the Mars. The Raven is at 25.
Up the high ground, Cuckoo instant rolling thunder. They'll get rid of the life for the Undying, but look at ARMEL, the recognition to try and deal with the backline supports. Jabs wants in, and he does just that. An Arena controlling the entrance into the fight. So T1, they have to get creative on how they're able to get on top of Raven. A second Arena to the west, just giving Raven ample time to be able to beat onto Cuckoo. A rolling thunder completely wasted. Swashbuckle down to the low ground, but ARMEL, godlike streak. They're back over. KARL gets the side kill, but it will not matter. Die back onto the Painkiller. It's only the two survivors, Gabby and KARL. Limp.
Oh, the Harpy.
What Gabby just bought?
Look at it. Okay. Look at it. Look at the Harpy.
Oh no, dude. No. Jabs onto the Medusa. An instant nightmare. Cuckoo's going to look to fall up with the second Arena, but the mana is being burnt. The health is being burnt as well. Raven just freely sieging on the backline. Now Gabby's going to look to buy back to rejoin the fight. Fnatic, they need to get out. They need to avoid the Medusa. She wants revenge. Stone Gaze into the middle. Jabs limping away. Look at the bulwark. Look at the healers. Jabs is not even dead just yet. XEPHER's trying to blink to the backline, but Raven, Gabby's in the middle. A BKB, Gabby, they need to be able to prevent the marksmanship block, but once again, pinned to the tree. They're going to focus the Medusa. She just pulled back. If she dies, that's game.
Oh
Gabby's gone. Fnatic have such a huge window to take this game and potentially the series.
And yeah, 80 seconds, no DOTA. It's go time. 2 minutes on Aegis.
Now, oh, the Harpy again! Nerf this creep! Get it out of DOTA. Don't make it this busted. As Fnatic get another pick off, and now they're diving tier 4 towers. KARL is not as tanky as what he was prior in game 3. He'll make it back to the safety of his fountain. Okay, a Fiend's grip, it's a long enough duration, but ARMEL doesn't even die throughout it. They're lacking the damage without the DOTA. 4 gone, no buybacks. Raven's onto the throne. And Fnatic, what was that?
What a comeback. That was an... I mean, it wasn't like out of realm's reach with this like 9k gold lead, but it was really starting to feel it. But man, that was... such good plays about recognizing how to take fights, and like Jabs' buyback around that mid fight, it felt like that was everything. That Arena, that refresher, him just catching out the Bane, and then follow-up succession to just get on top of this Necrophos. Perfect understanding of who he needs to go for. That was so well played and so well composed that they keep themselves calm and keep themselves like, hey guys, it's fine. You know, we have Drow vs Medusa matchup. Ember still got this.
Yeah, stop wasting my time. Get out the way, move, trying to get paid.